Research is hard, but your tools should not be. Subthesis.com is the free alternative to expensive software. Whether you need to calculate Cronbach's alpha or organize your field notes, Subthesis has a tool for it. No paywalls and no registration required. Check the link in the description and let's dive into today's lesson. Welcome to this essential guide on working effectively with your advisor. Of all the relationships you will form during graduate school, your relationship with your advisor is the most consequential. Your advisor guides your intellectual development, shapes your professional identity, and influences your career trajectory through training, opportunities, and recommendations. A strong advisor relationship accelerates your progress, opens doors, and provides support through graduate school's challenges. A problematic relationship can derail your degree, damage your professional development, and make graduate school miserable. Yet this crucial relationship receives surprisingly little explicit attention in most programs. Students are expected to figure out how to work with advisors on their own, despite the high stakes involved. Today, we will explore what makes advisor relationships work, how to build productive dynamics, and how to navigate the challenges that inevitably arise. Understanding this relationship explicitly helps you manage it intentionally rather than leaving your most important graduate school relationship to chance. By the end of this session, you will be equipped to manage your advisor relationship across 4 key dimensions. First, you will understand the advisor-student relationship in its full complexity, including the multiple roles advisors play and why this relationship matters so much for your success. Second, you will develop concrete strategies for building productive working relationships with advisors, including communication practices, meeting management, and expectation alignment. Third, you will learn to navigate common challenges and conflicts that arise in advisor relationships, preparing you to handle difficulties before they become crises. Finally, you will understand how to maximize the mentorship and professional development your advisor can provide, ensuring you extract full value from this pivotal relationship. Let us begin by understanding what the advisor relationship actually is. Your advisor plays multiple roles simultaneously, each with distinct expectations and implications for your relationship. Understanding these roles helps you navigate the relationship's complexity. As research mentor, your advisor guides your intellectual development, helping you become an independent scholar. They teach you how to think about problems, how to conduct research, and how to participate in scholarly conversations. This mentoring role is about growth and learning over time. As professional sponsor, your advisor opens doors by introducing you to colleagues, recommending you for opportunities, and lending their reputation to support yours. Sponsorship converts their established position into opportunities for you. This role depends on their investment in your success and their willingness to advocate on your behalf. As evaluator, your advisor judges whether your work meets standards and whether you are ready for advancement. They assess your qualifying exams, approve your proposal, and sign off on your dissertation. This evaluative role involves power that can create tension with the supportive aspects of mentorship. As manager, your advisor coordinates your work, sets expectations about timelines and productivity, and oversees how you spend your time. This managerial role varies by field and advisor, but is particularly prominent in lab-based sciences. These roles sometimes conflict, creating inherent tensions in the relationship that both parties must navigate. The advisor relationship matters enormously because it shapes nearly every aspect of your graduate experience and career trajectory. Training quality depends substantially on your advisor. How well you learn to conduct research, write for publication, and function as a scholar reflects the guidance you receive. Advisors vary dramatically in how much time they invest in training, what skills they emphasize, and how effectively they teach. Your preparation for your career begins with their mentorship. Access to opportunities flows through your advisor. Conferences, publications, collaborations, and job connections often depend on your advisor's networks and willingness to include you. Students with well-connected, generous advisors accumulate advantages that less fortunate students miss. This access significantly affects career outcomes. Letters of recommendation from your advisor are among the most important documents in your career. Graduate fellowship applications, faculty job applications, and other opportunities depend heavily on advisor letters. An enthusiastic letter from a respected advisor opens doors. A lukewarm letter or one from an unknown advisor is a significant disadvantage. Your daily well-being in graduate school relates closely to your advisor relationship. Supportive advisors make difficult work sustainable. Difficult advisor relationships create stress that compounds other challenges. Given how much time you spend with or thinking about your advisor, this relationship substantially affects your quality of life. Clarifying expectations early prevents misunderstandings that can damage the relationship later. Having explicit conversations about how you will work together establishes foundation for productive collaboration. Meeting frequency and format should be discussed explicitly. How often will you meet? For how long? Where? What should you bring to meetings? Some advisors prefer weekly check-ins. Others meet less frequently. Some expect agendas, others are more informal. Knowing the expectations helps you meet them. Communication preferences vary among advisors. Does your advisor prefer email or other channels? How quickly do they typically respond? And how quickly do they expect you to respond? When is it appropriate to drop by versus scheduling a meeting? Understanding these preferences prevents frustration from mismatched communication styles. Work style preferences range from advisors who give detailed direction to those who expect significant independence. Understanding where your advisor falls on this spectrum helps you calibrate your approach. Some students need more guidance than advisors provide. Others find close oversight stifling. Discussing this explicitly can help align expectations. Timeline expectations about when you should reach milestones, how long projects should take, and the pace of your progress matter for your planning. Advisors may have assumptions about timelines that differ from yours. Explicit conversation reveals these assumptions so you can work toward shared understanding. Managing meetings effectively demonstrates your professionalism and ensures you get maximum value from limited advisor time. Come prepared to every meeting. Have an agenda, even if informal. Bring relevant materials like drafts, data, or readings to discuss. Prepare specific questions rather than vague requests for input. Prepared meetings are more productive and create better impressions. Use meeting time efficiently by getting to substance quickly. Social conversation has its place, but with limited time, prioritize the matters that require your advisor's input. If you have multiple topics, prioritize so the most important ones are covered even if time runs short. Take notes during meetings to document what was discussed, decisions made, and action items assigned. Your memory of meeting content degrades quickly. Written notes create a record you can reference and help ensure nothing falls through the cracks. Follow up after meetings by sending a brief summary of decisions and your planned next steps. This confirms shared understanding and creates accountability. Then complete the commitments you made. Following through on what you said you would do builds trust. Failing to follow through damages it. Communication between meetings keeps your advisor informed and maintains relationship momentum. Effective between-meeting communication requires balance. Update your advisor appropriately on progress, challenges, and questions. They should know how your work is going without micromanaging. Sharing updates demonstrates engagement and gives them information they need to support you. But update strategically rather than sharing every detail. Be clear and concise in communications out of respect for your advisor's time. Get to the point quickly. If you need something, state it explicitly. If you are sharing information, organize it clearly. Advisors with many students cannot spend extensive time parsing unclear communications. Distinguish urgent matters from routine ones. If something requires quick response, say so and why. If something can wait, indicate that too. When everything seems equally urgent, nothing is prioritized appropriately. Helping your advisor understand what actually needs immediate attention improves responsiveness. Calibrate communication frequency to what your advisor expects and what your situation requires. Too little communication leaves them uninformed and suggests disengagement. Too much communication can feel overwhelming or suggest insufficient independence. Observe their responses to calibrate appropriately. Feedback is central to the advisor relationship. Learning to receive feedback well and knowing when to provide feedback yourself strengthens the relationship and accelerates your development. Receive advisor feedback constructively rather than defensively. Critique of your work is not critique of your worth. Even harsh feedback contains information you can use. Managing your emotional response enables you to hear and benefit from what your advisor offers. Ask clarifying questions to ensure you understand feedback fully. What specifically should change? What would improvement look like? Is this a major concern or a minor suggestion? Understanding precisely what your advisor means enables appropriate response. Distinguish essential feedback from suggestive comments. Some advisor feedback represents requirements. This must change. Other feedback is advisory. You might consider this. Learning to distinguish these helps you prioritize revision efforts and maintain appropriate ownership of your work. Provide feedback to your advisor when appropriate, particularly about how the relationship is working. If something about your working arrangement is not serving you, raising it constructively gives your advisor the opportunity to adjust. Most advisors want to be effective mentors and appreciate learning how they can better support you, though the manner of raising concerns matters. Disagreements with your advisor are inevitable and can be productive when handled well. Managing disagreements effectively maintains the relationship while enabling intellectual independence. Recognize that disagreement is normal and even healthy. Part of becoming an independent scholar is developing your own views, which will sometimes differ from your advisor's. Disagreement demonstrates that you are thinking critically rather than simply accepting what you are told. Pick your battles wisely. You cannot win every disagreement, and attempting to do so exhausts goodwill. Distinguish matters of genuine importance from preferences where either approach would be acceptable. Save your advocacy for issues that truly matter. When you disagree, make arguments using evidence and reasoning rather than simply asserting your preference. Explain why you see things differently and engage with your advisor's perspective. Intellectual persuasion respects the scholarly process. Unexplained disagreement seems like stubbornness rather than principled position. Know when to defer to your advisor's judgment. They have more experience, see things you may not see, and hold institutional authority over your progress. Sometimes deferring even when you are not fully convinced is appropriate. You can maintain your reservations privately while proceeding as directed. Even with good intentions on both sides, advisor relationships sometimes become challenging. Recognizing and addressing problems early prevents escalation. Recognize problems by looking for patterns rather than isolated incidents. One difficult meeting or one critical feedback does not make a problematic relationship, but recurring patterns of unavailability, consistently harsh criticism, or ongoing communication failures signal genuine issues. Address issues directly with your advisor when possible. Difficult conversations are uncomfortable but often productive. Your advisor may not realize their behavior is problematic or may have different perceptions of the situation. Raising concerns gives them opportunity to respond before you conclude the relationship is broken. Seek advice from trusted others when you are unsure how to proceed. Other faculty, advanced graduate students, or graduate school staff may provide perspective. They can help you determine whether your concerns are warranted and how to address them appropriately. Choose confidants carefully given the sensitivity. Know that options exist if the relationship truly is not working. Changing advisors, adding a co-advisor, or adjusting the relationship in other ways may be possible. These changes have costs and should not be undertaken lightly, but remaining in a dysfunctional relationship also has costs. Understand your options before deciding to suffer indefinitely. Changing advisors is sometimes necessary despite everyone's efforts. Understanding this option helps you make informed decisions if the situation arises. Changing advisors is not failure. Sometimes relationships simply do not work despite good faith on both sides. Personality mismatches, evolving research interests, or other factors can make a change beneficial for everyone. Many successful academics have changed advisors during graduate school. Evaluate the decision carefully by weighing costs and benefits. Costs include lost time, potentially strained relationships, and adjustment to new expectations. Benefits include working with someone better suited to your needs and potentially accelerating your progress. The calculation depends on your specific situation, including how far along you are and what alternatives exist. Navigate any change as professionally as possible to minimize damage. Avoid burning bridges or bad-mouthing your previous advisor. Frame the change positively around fit and research directions rather than personal conflict. How you handle the transition affects your reputation beyond the immediate situation. Make the new relationship work by learning from any mistakes in the previous one. What contributed to the difficulty? How can you establish better patterns going forward? A fresh start is an opportunity to build a stronger working relationship, but only if you approach it thoughtfully. Getting maximum value from your advisor requires asking for what you need rather than waiting for them to offer. Ask explicitly for guidance, support, or opportunities you want. Your advisor may not know what you need unless you tell them. If you want feedback on a presentation, ask. If you want to attend a conference, express interest. Passively hoping your advisor will notice and provide what you need is less effective than asking directly. Request introductions to people in your advisor's network. Advisors can connect you with colleagues who might collaborate, provide feedback, or hire you eventually. These introductions do not happen automatically, but often happen readily when requested. Your advisor's network is a resource you can access by asking. Seek feedback on professional skills beyond your research, including your writing, presentation, and interpersonal skills. Your advisor observes you in professional contexts and can provide developmental feedback if you ask. This guidance supports your professional development broadly. Learn from your advisor's career through explicit questions. How did they navigate the job market? What do they wish they had done differently? What patterns do they observe in successful scholars? Their experience contains lessons that direct questioning can extract. You learn more by asking than by only observing. The ultimate goal of the advisor relationship is your development as an independent scholar. Building independence appropriately is essential to successful advising. Independence, not dependency, is the goal of graduate training. Your advisor's job is to work themselves out of a job by preparing you to function without them. A relationship where you remain dependent indefinitely has not succeeded. Keep the goal of independence in mind throughout your training. Independence grows through graduated autonomy over time. Early in your program, you appropriately need more guidance. As you develop, you should take more initiative and require less direction. This gradual shift toward independence should be intentional on both sides. Take initiative rather than waiting to be told what to do. Bring ideas to your advisor rather than only receiving them. Make decisions within appropriate scope. Drive your own progress. Advisors value students who take initiative because it signals readiness for independence. Develop your own scholarly identity even while benefiting from your advisor's guidance. Your research interests, methods, and voice should increasingly become yours rather than extensions of your advisor. Maintaining connection to their work while establishing your own distinct contribution prepares you for independent career success. Your advisor is your primary mentor, but you will also work with other faculty through committees and potentially through co-advising arrangements. Multiple mentors can provide different contributions. Your advisor may be expert in your primary method, while a committee member provides theoretical expertise. Different faculty offer different networks, perspectives, and opportunities. Assembling complementary mentors strengthens your training. Co-advisor arrangements where two faculty share primary advising responsibility work well in some situations, particularly for interdisciplinary work or when no single faculty member covers your needs. These arrangements require clear role definitions and good communication among all parties to function well. Committee dynamics involve managing multiple voices who may have different opinions about your work. Committee members bring valuable perspectives but can also create conflicting demands. Learning to navigate these dynamics is part of professional development. Prevent conflicting guidance by clarifying roles and maintaining communication. When committee members disagree, facilitate resolution rather than being caught in the middle. Your primary advisor typically has final authority, but respecting all committee members' input matters. Proactive communication prevents situations where you receive contradictory direction. Advisors have different styles that require different student adaptations. Understanding and adapting to your advisor's style helps the relationship function smoothly. Advisor styles range from hands-on to hands-off. Hands-on advisors provide frequent direction, close oversight, and detailed feedback. Hands-off advisors expect more independence, meeting less frequently, and providing less detailed guidance. Neither style is universally better, each suits different students and contexts. Recognize your specific advisor's style through observation and explicit conversation. How often do they want to meet? How much direction do they provide? How do they respond when you take initiative? Understanding their approach helps you calibrate your behavior appropriately. Adapt your behavior to your advisor's style rather than expecting them to adapt to you. If your advisor is hands-off, do not expect detailed direction, but do take initiative and seek feedback when needed. If your advisor is hands-on, provide the updates and access they expect. Working with their style is usually easier than fighting it. Communicate about style mismatches when adaptation is not enough. If you need more guidance than your hands-off advisor provides, say so. If close oversight feels constraining, discuss it. Some adjustment may be possible once the mismatch is articulated. At minimum, you understand each other better. The advisor relationship involves significant power differential that must be acknowledged and navigated thoughtfully. Power is real in this relationship. Your advisor influences your funding, evaluates your progress, controls your timeline to some extent, and writes the letters that shape your career. Ignoring this power or pretending it does not exist does not make it disappear. Acknowledgement enables navigation. Professional boundaries should be maintained appropriately. The close working relationship can blur lines, but maintaining professionalism protects both parties. Understanding the relationship as professional rather than purely personal helps you navigate difficult situations and preserve your standing. Advocate for yourself within constraints. Despite the power differential, you are not without agency. You can request what you need, express concerns, and push back when appropriate. Power differential does not mean powerlessness. It means strategic advocacy within constraints. Know your rights and the policies that exist for your protection. Universities have policies regarding advisor responsibilities, student grievance procedures, and acceptable conduct. Understanding these policies helps you recognize when lines are crossed and know what recourse exists. Most situations never require formal processes, but knowing they exist provides important background. The advisor relationship is mutual, and supporting your advisor's success strengthens the relationship while developing your own capabilities. Recognize that you contribute to your advisor too. Your research contributes to their program. Your success reflects on their mentoring. Your work as teaching or research assistant supports their activities. Understanding this mutuality helps you see the relationship as partnership rather than one-way dependency. Make your advisor look good through your success. When you do excellent work, present well at conferences, and publish in good venues, your advisor's reputation as a mentor grows. Their investment in you pays off visibly. This visible return on their investment motivates continued support. Help with your advisor's work when appropriate, such as assisting with their research, reviewing drafts, or supporting their projects. This help should not displace your own work, but can strengthen the relationship and provide learning opportunities. Appropriate assistance demonstrates collegiality. Be reliable by doing what you say you will do. If you commit to a deadline, meet it. If you promise to complete a task, complete it. Reliability builds trust and makes your advisor's life easier. Unreliable students require more advisor energy and generate frustration even when their work quality is high. The advisor relationship evolves over time and continues beyond graduation. Preparing for this transition helps you maintain a valuable lifelong professional connection. The relationship evolves from student to colleague as you complete your training. The power differential decreases as you become an independent professional. The relationship can shift toward peer collaboration while retaining mentorship elements. This evolution is a natural and positive sign of successful training. Maintain connection after graduation rather than losing touch. Periodic updates about your career, occasional requests for advice, and continued interaction at conferences preserve the relationship. Former advisors remain valuable resources and references throughout your career. Continue to seek guidance appropriately as you progress in your career. Early career faculty still benefit from their former advisors' wisdom about navigating academic life. The relationship transforms but need not end. Knowing when and how to continue seeking input maintains the connection's value. Give back when you can by supporting your advisor's work, mentoring their new students, or otherwise contributing to what they value. As you establish yourself, you have more to offer. The relationship becomes increasingly mutual as you have capacity to contribute rather than only receive. Special situations sometimes arise in advisor relationships that require particular navigation. Being aware of these possibilities helps you handle them if they occur. If your advisor leaves for another institution, you have options. You might move with them, find a new advisor at your current institution, or continue working with them remotely while having local support. The right choice depends on your stage, the institutions involved, and your preferences. Do not assume you have no options. Plan ahead if your advisor is approaching retirement. Understand their timeline and how it intersects with yours. Advisors close to retirement may or may not continue advising after retirement. Having this information helps you plan your progress appropriately. Personal challenges on either side require appropriate boundaries. If you are struggling with personal issues, decide what to share and what to keep private. If your advisor faces personal challenges that affect your work, seek alternative support while being compassionate. Maintaining boundaries protects the professional relationship. Conflicts of interest can arise in close working relationships. If you are involved in your advisor's outside business interests, have romantic connections, or face other potential conflicts, navigate carefully with awareness of policies and norms. Addressing potential conflicts proactively prevents problems. Let us consolidate the essential lessons from today's exploration of working effectively with your advisor. First, recognize that the advisor relationship is central to graduate success. Your training, opportunities, recommendations, and daily experience depend substantially on this relationship. Investing in making it work pays enormous dividends. Second, proactive management improves relationship quality. Clarify expectations early. Manage meetings effectively, communicate appropriately, and ask for what you need. Waiting for the relationship to work on its own is less effective than intentionally building productive dynamics. Third, address challenges early before they escalate into crises. Recognize patterns of difficulty, raise concerns when appropriate, and seek support from others when needed. Problems addressed early are usually more manageable than problems left to fester. Finally, build toward independence while maximizing the mentorship available to you. The goal is becoming an independent scholar, which requires developing your own voice and capabilities, but along the way, extract maximum value from your advisor's guidance, connections, and support. In our next session, we will explore building your dissertation committee, extending the principles of effective mentor relationships beyond your primary advisor. Writing the thesis is a marathon, not a sprint, but you do not have to run it alone. If you are feeling stuck with your data or overwhelmed by your sources, let us help. Head over to subthesis.com. It is completely free and designed to make your life easier. You are making progress. Keep going. And don't forget to subscribe for more support.